No longer the cold, powerful image of Christian Grey in 50 Shades, Jamie Dornan recently shocked the world when he frankly shared about his true self. In an emotional interview, the actor admitted that he was not perfect, not as charming as on screen, but sincere and real in every breath. That statement made social networks explode. A series of fans around the world reshared the clip with the message, "This is the real Jamie Dornan, the man who melts millions of hearts without acting." Jamie also revealed that he once felt trapped between the image of Mr. Grey and himself. "People love Christian Grey, but I just hope they understand that Jamie Dornan also has weak, scared, and emotional sides," he said with a half-sad, half-warm smile. Dizzy, and at that moment, fans realized, behind the halo, there is still a real man, living a real life and loving a real love. Fire. After that shocking confession, Jamie Dornan became the center of attention of every global film forum. Many people thought he was just a cold face of a bold role, but it turns out, behind that deep gaze is a soul so full of contradictions and sincerity that it makes people emotional. Speech balloon. I am not Mr. Grey. I am a father, a normal man, sometimes clumsy, sometimes weak, but I live my life for emotions, Jamie shared. Those words made many fans cry. They realized that their idol was not only attractive because of his appearance, but also because of the sincerity and kindness in every word. Crescent Moon. A fan wrote, "Christian Grey is a character, but Jamie Dornan is real emotion. He doesn't need a perfect mask to make others love him." Clapperboard. The media is also not out of the picture. Many major newspapers such as Hollywood Reporter, Variety, or Daily Mail simultaneously published prominent headlines. Jamie Dornan is no longer a sex symbol, he is a symbol of honesty. His story reminds many people of the emotional moments with Dakota Johnson, the co-star who once created a global phenomenon with him. Now, looking back, fans understand why there is always an indescribable energy between the two. A connection that comes from the heart, not just acting. Glowing star. Jamie Dornan has proven, to be loved, you don't need to be perfect, just be real. Fire. Jamie Dornan, Mr. Grey, and the real face behind the halo. When the interview went viral on social media, Jamie Dornan suddenly became a new symbol of truth and emotion. No longer the cold, powerful image, he stepped out of the shadow of 50 Shades to talk about himself. A person who struggled between fame, pressure, and the desire to live authentically. Heartbreak. I used to feel like I was no longer Jamie Dornan. People only saw Mr. Grey, and I, the real me, seemed to disappear, he confided. The statement made the audience silent. It was not just a confession, but an emotional cry from a man who had carried the perfect image on his shoulders for too long. Rose. Dakota Johnson, his longtime co-star, once shared in another interview, "Jamie is a person who is warmer and deeper than any of his roles. When the camera is off, he is no longer Mr. Grey, but the most trustworthy friend I have ever had." That statement made fans even more emotional. It seems that Dakota is the rare person who sees the real Jamie, a man with an emotional heart, imperfect, but sincere and worthy of respect. Glowing star. And perhaps, that is why Jamie Dornan today is not only loved for his role, but also for his true self, simple, profound, and not afraid to reveal the most sincere things. Jamie Dornan tearfully admits, "I once lost myself because of Mr. Grey." The bright lights of Hollywood, the cheers of millions of fans, the posters everywhere bearing the image of Christian Grey, all made Jamie Dornan seem to become a global icon. But few people know that, behind that handsome smile is a silent internal war that lasted for many years. Face mask. When the movie ended, I no longer knew who I was, Jamie confided in a rare interview. "I walked into the house and still heard Mr. Grey's voice in my head. Sometimes I forgot how to laugh, forgot how to live simply like before." Heartbreak. It was Mr. Grey's overly powerful image that caused Jamie a lot of mental trauma. He said that there were sleepless nights, just sitting alone looking out the window, wondering, will people still see the real Jamie Dornan? Cloud with rain. That statement made fans everywhere choke up. Many shared that they never thought such a powerful icon would have to struggle to find himself again. But perhaps that is what made him closer, more human, and more lovable than ever. Rose Dakota Johnson once sent him a touching message after the final premiere of 50 Shades. "Jamie, you don't have to be Mr. Grey anymore. You just have to be yourself, and that's enough for the world to love you." That statement was like a release, helping Jamie Dornan finally smile for real. Dakota Johnson burst into tears when hearing Jamie Dornan talk about his loneliness. When Jamie Dornan confided in an interview that he had lost himself after 50 Shades, Dakota Johnson, his co-star and companion throughout that journey, could not hold back her tears. Cloud with rain. In a private talk show, Dakota emotionally shared, "I sat there, listening to him talk, my heart ached. I used to see Jamie smiling, joking with everyone, but I did not know that behind that smile was such a deep loneliness." She said that, after completing the final part of 50 Shades Freed, the two had a long evening just to talk. No longer Anastasia and Christian, but two real people, trying to understand each other in the chaos of fame. Clapperboard. Dakota recalls, "He said that sometimes he was afraid that people would only love Mr. Grey and not Jamie Dornan. And I just held his hand and said that I always saw Jamie, not the character. That moment was so quiet. There were no spotlights, no cheers, just two people who had walked the line between fiction and reality together." Dizzy Jamie later recounted, "Dakota cried. I was silent, but that was the first time I felt understood. From that moment, a special bond was formed between them. No titles, no promises, just respect, trust and real feelings." Rose fans around the world call that moment the real ending of 50 Shades, the real ending that never appeared in the movie. Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson reunite after many years. Look speaks 1,000 words. As time passed, both of them went through many different paths in their careers. Jamie Dornan became one of the most respected faces in British Irish cinema, while Dakota Johnson continued to assert herself through profound roles. But then, fate once again brought them together. Sunrise. At the International Film Awards ceremony in Venice, when Dakota stepped onto the red carpet, the flashbulbs lit up, and among hundreds of famous faces, her eyes suddenly stopped. Jamie Dornan was standing on the other side. The whole room seemed to fall silent. No one said anything, only two eyes met, a brief moment but enough to awaken all the memories, all the emotions that had been buried for many years. Clapperboard. A reporter captured the scene of Jamie smiling slightly, then nodding slightly, like a greeting that did not require language. Dakota responded with a warm gaze, her lips trembling slightly. No one knew what they were thinking, but everyone felt a special energy, both gentle and regretful. Heartbreak. A source behind the scenes revealed that after the ceremony, the two met in the VIP lounge. They spoke briefly, only for a few minutes, but Jamie's smile when he walked out was completely different. He looked relieved, as if he had just let go of something he had kept inside for years. Rose, an eyewitness, said, "No words needed, just that look, they said it all." The scene caused a stir on social media. Thousands of comments read, "If this were a movie, it would be a beautiful ending for Mr. Grey and Anastasia." Sparkles. There are meetings not to start over, but just to end gently, with a look and a smile. Jamie Dornan admits, "Dakota's eyes still make me uncontrollable like the first day." After their fateful reunion in Venice, Jamie Dornan finally broke his silence in an exclusive interview with GQ magazine. When asked about the moment he met Dakota Johnson again, he just smiled, a smile that was both awkward and strangely genuine. "Mike, it was crazy," Jamie said quietly. "I thought I would be calm. But when she looked at me, everything came back, the years, the scenes, the emotions that I thought were dormant, all at once. I can't deny it, Dakota's eyes still make me uncontrollable, like the first time we met on set." Heartbreak. The interviewer recounted that, in that moment, Jamie stopped talking for a few seconds. He looked down, smiling slightly as if he was hiding a secret only he knew. There was something between us that never went away. Not the loud love, but the connection that you only have once in a lifetime. Rose, when asked if he had any regrets, Jamie replied softly, "No. I know, no matter what, Dakota is still a part of the journey that made me who I am today." That statement made millions of fans choke up. On social media, the phrase #Jamie and Dakota Forever immediately climbed to the top of global trends. Many commented, "Some people don't need to be together to love, they just need to exist in the same memories." Sparkles, and perhaps that's what makes the story of Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson forever legendary. Not because of the boldness of 50 Shades, but because of the real, pure, unscripted emotions.